Hey friends, Kelly DiMattia here, and I help busy moms live safer, healthier, more beautiful lives. And today I kind of want to talk to you about some of these big diets that you hear about in all the mainstream outlets. And as most of you know, I'm a nurse practitioner. I work in a weight loss center, so I talk about nutrition all day long. And I have tried most of these diets. I like to see, what my patients are trying. I want to relate to them. I want to know what they're doing. So I've tried most of these. So I just kind of wanted to give you some of the pluses and minuses to a lot of them. Well, I'm really only going to be talking about two main ones today, but the Whole30 diet is the first one. It is probably one of my favorite diets. It is an elimination diet, so you basically eliminate large food groups out of your diet, and you kind of, after 30 days, you slowly reintroduce them back into your diet. And the reason for this is you can really find some allergies or sensitivities to food that you may have. For example, I have realized that I cannot have too much dairy. I realized that I cannot eat a lot of deli meat or wine. The nitrates in it give me a huge headache. So it really made me, just more cognizant of some of these sensitivities that I have. But I also I use it, I usually do it maybe once or twice a year, but I use it as kind of a re-jump. It gets rid of all the processed foods in your diet. And as well as some of these other main food groups, and then I kind of just like clean out my system a little bit and get back into it. So I really like that diet. The cons to it is that it is very restrictive, therefore it is very hard to eat out. You really have to follow some Whole30 recipes, so you can find those on anywhere. You can Google Whole30. They are actually really good, even though they do have a book and a cookbook. They do put a lot of stuff out on the internet for people that are trying to do the diet. I don't even think you actually have to buy the book to do the diet. I think you can just go to their website. So really cool forums and stuff like that with them. But I mean, you can Google any recipe these days and find a million options. The next diet is going to be the keto diet. And this one is probably, what's getting a lot of talk right now. And I kind of have a love-hate relationship with the keto diet. I do think, like most things, it can be done well, and I think that it can also be done really wrong. If you're looking for a diet where you can just eat a plate of bacon, then, you could do that with this diet, but it's not how you should be doing the diet. So the keto diet is kind of like Atkins. I don't know if y'all remember that. It was about maybe like 15, 20 years ago, but Atkins was very low carbs. So keto is also very low carbs. The difference is, however, is that it is very high fat. So you have to add a lot of fat to your diet. And a lot of people will ask me about that. And I think fat has gotten a bad rap. About when we were learning about the food pyramid and stuff like that, fat was always considered this big bad guy. It was going to cause all this cardiac disease. So everything, in the 80s, early 90s became like low fat. And, they just ended up putting more sugar and more salt in most food. So I never encourage my patients to buy fat-free or low-fat anything. Maybe if your doctor has put you on a low-fat diet for cardiac disease, I'll say like a low-fat dairy. But I really don't think that's necessary, because lower fat dairy products usually have more sugar in them. You got to make up the flavor somehow, and if you're taking the fat out of it, then you're probably adding something that shouldn't be in there. So the keto diet is very good about lowering carbs, but you have to kind of add these fats, and good fats, so like olive oil, avocados, coconut. However, a lot of the recipes, like just for example in this book, there's a recipe for fat bombs, and they're just bacon wrapped cream cheese, and I can't get down with that. So if you want to make really giant yummy salads with avocados and nuts and all kinds of good yummy fats and protein, then I think this is a great diet. It does work. You do lose weight. The premise is that our bodies normally run off a system called glycolysis. That's where we actually burn sugar for fuel. Well, this body kind of deprives your body of sugar and carbs so that it switches over to ketosis, which is why it's called the ketogenic diet. So basically, instead of sugar, your body starts burning fat. And that sounds great, right? We should be burning fat. Well, sure, absolutely. It can be great. It has been shown to really help with people with diabetes. It lowers, well, it doesn't lower, but because you're not having all these sugar and carbs, you're not spiking your glucose. So it's helping with insulin resistance. Higher fat diets have been shown to help with brain health, have been shown to help with like joint problems, inflammation of the joints. So I do believe that this diet has a lot of good aspects to it. I just also believe that you can be doing it very wrong. Another problem I found with it is that there's a lot of dessert options because you can use artificial sugars in this diet. And so I found a lot of dessert recipes, and you know, because it has this fat component to it, usually it's like cream cheese, and then you put a lot of stevia drops or something like that in it. You can make all kinds of desserts. I love desserts, trust me. Like, I want a diet where I can eat a bunch of desserts, but you have to know that like that is not optimal. So, you know, just take that with a grain of salt with this diet. You know, if you want to do this diet, I think it's a good option if you're doing it correctly. Always follow your primary care doctor's advice whenever doing a diet. If you have any questions, just let me know. I do think the keto diet is easier as far as, you know, going out to eat and those type of things. You can usually find something on a menu that you can eat. And the last diet, it's not really a diet, I just kind of wanted to bring it up. I brought it up before in a blog, but it's called I Quit Sugar, and it's by Sarah Wilson. This is the cookbook. You can see, like, I have tabbed a lot of things in this. I believe sugar is what most people's problem is. So these diets that are really low in carbs, yes, some people may need that, but I think quitting sugar is where most people need to start. So the book, that I Quit Sugar book is what I recommend to a lot of my patients to kind of begin with. If people start reevaluating their sugar intake and their carb intake, then I really think that we would be healthier all around. So if anybody has any questions, just let me know. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.